Hey everyone, Zephyr here, and welcome to The Sims 2 Pleasantview. I'm really excited to finally be playing one of the 3 original neighborhoods in this game on this channel. And Pleasantview was always the neighborhood I gravitated towards as a kid, so I'm excited to relive this experience with you all. And we are kind of playing a special version of Pleasantview. We are playing PleasantSims Perfect Pleasantview, meaning this neighborhood has Sim State University and Blue Water Village attached to it. So we get to play with all the Sims in all 3 of those hoods. Then, because I understand comedy, I was setting up this shot of the pig, and I discovered that this pig has nipples. Like, what? I figured the best way to do this series is to start off with the scripted events of Pleasantview. And of course, we're going to start with our man, Don Lothario. I always like reading the bio as a little refresher. Who is Don Lothario? Is his engagement to Cassandra Goth genuine? And what about the rumor that her mother, Bella, was last seen scaling the deck of his condo? So unfortunately, I'm playing on the non-default version of Pleasantview, meaning that the scripted events won't pop up. But I have the scripted events memorized, so you're just gonna have to trust me. So the first thing Don wants to do when you load into the lot is call Nina Caliente. I really view Nina as Don's twin flame. They are both romance sims. They both like to, sleep around with every sim in town. But at the end of the day, I think they're soulmates. Before Nina arrives, Don decides he needs to clean up. And he's not particularly happy about it. So he picks up one single garbage pile and decides he needs a maid. And the maid that answers the call is Kaylin Langerak, a sim that he also happens to be sleeping with. So Nina arrives and Don greets her, and then they partake in what I can only describe as a dolphin mating ritual. I swear this hot tub woohoo is one of my favorite animations in The Sims 2. Now, at the beginning of Pleasantview, Don is actually engaged to be married to Cassandra Goth. So obviously today he's trying to, live out his last days as a bachelor. So he says goodbye to Nina and calls over her twin sister, Dina. And this is where things get even messier because Dina is engaged to Don's fiance's father, Mortimer Goth. Well, soon to be engaged if you follow the Pleasantview storyline. So they too partake in the dolphin mating ritual, and now it's time to move on to the next household. And that household is the iconic Goth family. When you load into the lot, the family is preparing for Don and Cassandra's wedding. And I normally have them get married fairly quickly. I invite over the Pleasants along with Darren Dreamer because I feel like that's a little bit more realistic than just having Mortimer and Alex there. Though I imagine that Darren has a hard time watching this wedding because he's in love with Cassandra, and Cassandra honestly at this point kind of just views him as a friend, but that could change, who knows. Anyway, just smile through the pain, Darren, you got this. And after the wedding, it's time for Don to have his third woohoo of the video. And this just reminds me of the cinematic masterpiece that is Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Within the first 15 minutes of the film, it has 3 woohoo scenes. So Don here is having his Tommy Wiseau Johnny moment.
Anyway, how is your sex life?
We then move on to the Caliente household, where Nina is immediately trying to leave. And I don't blame her. I think she knows what her sister is planning when it comes to Mortimer Goth, so she just wants to go and find a place of her own to live in. She doesn't want to share the house with Mortimer and his son. So Dina kind of sets her plan into motion and invites Mortimer over, and they immediately get engaged. She knows what she wants, and I love that about her.
Bloody! Oh my God! Oh my little, oh Solaya, oh my Romalad.
I also had them have a quick private marriage ceremony because Dina doesn't want to go through all the planning and stuff that like most weddings require. She just wants to get the Goth family name and now. So I have Mortimer and Alex move into the Caliente household, and I'm excited to see where their story is gonna take them. Do you guys think the Calientes had anything to do with Bella's disappearance? Because I'm kind of leaning towards that, but I'm not sure. I want to hear your theories. Anyway, there's supposed to be a scripted event robbery that happens at the Caliente household. I managed to skip that. I don't know if it's because I had the scripted events disabled. So here is Mortimer and Dina woohooing instead. The next household in the rotation is that of the Broke family. As the name implies, they're a family that's broke. It consists of the mother, a teenage son, a toddler, and a soon-to-be-born baby. And I just know the developers of this game knew how difficult it was going to be for players to play this household, so they gave us a free pizza as kind of like a little prize and a way to keep our Sims alive. When you load into the lot, the pizza's already on the counter, and it's actually really helpful for keeping the family fed the first day. Oh, and by the way, it's established the father of this family died in a tragic pool ladder disappearing incident before you start playing this family. The mother is named Brandy Broke. I often have her befriend Darren because they both recently lost their spouses, and I feel like that kind of, brings them together. They have something to talk about, they can relate to each other, so I feel like it makes sense. Her oldest child is named Dustin, and he's actually dating one of the Pleasant twins, Angela. And the toddler is named Bo. But yeah, I really enjoy playing this family. It's oftentimes a struggle, but that is definitely part of the fun. Dustin is a little bit rebellious. He's in the criminal career track, but I think the only reason he turned to it was because he wanted to help the family make money after his father passed away. But that being said, he still does things his mother doesn't approve of. He's not doing all that great at school, but I think that's a reflection of his circumstances. But he also sneaks out with his girlfriend. But moving along, we go into the Dreamer household. We kind of find out that Darren's wife is dead, bills are piling up, and it's a struggle. The game prompts us to start painting to earn some money to pay the bills, but fortunately enough, you actually load into the household and you have enough money to pay the bills. You don't even really have to paint. Darren's fine, he's living his best life. His wife is dead, so maybe it's not his best life, but maybe that butterfly is a reincarnation of his wife. We don't know. And the last household in the Pleasantview scripted events order is the Pleasant family. The family consists of Daniel Pleasant, his wife Mary Sue, and their twin daughters Angela and Lilith. Mary Sue is pretty much married to her job, the twins don't get along, and Daniel is a cheater. He's sleeping with the family maid, who's also sleeping with Don Lothario, but we will address that later. But we wrap up the scripted events by Mary Sue losing her job and then coming home and finding out that Daniel is cheating on her. I'm really excited to see how this story plays out along with all the other stories in Pleasantview. If you would like to see more of this series, let me know, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye guys.